In this video, I'm going to start out by showing you one more way to make some anchoring points, some concentric circles to build your mandalas on. And these are everyday things that you can find around your house in many different forms. I have a spool of thread, a paper cup, a roll of tape. This could be a saucer, a plate, a cup of ceramic or plastic, some sort of paint bottle, anything at all that is round. So I'm just going to start with the spool of thread. And my ultimate goal in this video, or if it ends up being this way, a series of mandalas all on one page, which is something I like to do. So we have our first circle there, and then you take your next one. This is just a paper cup, and you're going to just estimate where that circle is. You kind of guess, and it really doesn't matter if it's not perfectly on center. But get your pen pretty much straight up and down. This one is a pet artist pen, the S size, the small. So you can see it's a little bit off, a little bit wider over here than there, but really in the end it's not going to matter very much. And so you can, this inner part is actually about the same size. So I'm just going to line up the inner part of my tape with the paper cup ring that I've already drawn, and then I'm going to draw on the outside. For these subsequent circles, I'm going to use multiple different tools. And it doesn't really matter so much in the end, but it gives you a little bit of a point to give you a little bit of a structure. I just found this other spool. So I'm going to build off of this one, and I'm going to overlap it a little bit. And it's a spool of ribbon, string. It says ribbon, but it looks more like a string to me. So I'm going to use this inner circle and then the outer circle. And they are overlapping there, but I'm not going to draw over the initial circle. So I will just build from there. And I'm going to do another one and then overlap just a little bit more. So again, we're covering two concepts here: creating concentric circles with everyday objects, and also making multiple mandalas on a page rather than one in the center. And here I have a different sized ribbon spool. I haven't planned this out. It's just whatever seems good and right at the time. And this is another tape spool. It's a washi tape, a decorative tape spool. And I'm going to repeat that one down here. But again, I'm going to use this center one as a main jumping off point and end my circles with that one. And you can see this one got super wonky over here, but I will deal with that later. This is another ribbon spool, but it's super tall, so there's no way I'm going to be able to get to the center. And this is something I bought thinking, oh, that would be really good for making mandalas, and then I hardly ever use it, but I do really like this circle part in the middle. It's just another circle, and I probably have the same thing on my template guide, but I happen to pick it up. So this one again, I'm going to overlap and stop where those other circles are. So you can see what happened there. And over here, I think I'm going to approximate the same distance around and use this inner circle to create another circle to give myself another jumping off point. So the same thing here, I'm going to use this inner circle as another point to give myself some guidelines. Okay, and from there, I'm going to start referencing my mandala shape inventory. You could start at any point on this page, but what's coming to me is my number one fallback, the scallop. And it doesn't have to be your number one fallback. That's just usually what comes to me. So here on the outside, I'm going to do some loop-de-loops. And that's about the range that my hand is comfortable. So then I'm going to turn it. This is a lot like the cursive E or the cursive L in a short version. Just slowing up a little bit at the end. So I filled out, I outlined, I added shapes on the outer edges. So I'm filling out, and then I'm going to go back in right now and fill in. So I'm going to find the center, or approximate center, and do a circle there. If you do one that's filled in, you can keep going around until it looks approximately like an even circle. So here I'm going to do one of the long pointy petals. And then go to the opposite side. And then to the right, this is where we're getting the 4 corners or the 4 directions: north, south, east, west, up, down, right, left. And then I'm going to go in between those points and do the same shape, but I'm working with the end of it. Now just a line down the middle of all of those. I'm just narrating what I'm doing. This is not actually any kind of direction. You can do any kind of variation that you feel like right here. So I'm doing some scallops on the inside here. And this video has about reached our time limit, so I'm going to stop here and see you in the next one.